Welcome to the Madison Motor Podcast. Today is Thursday, February 1st, 2023. We'll start college basketball, then do NBA, NHL, and then we'll do soccer, golf, We Are Family, news and notes, and best bet. College basketball will be first, as it's usually been. We have to do this rapid fire, guys, and I mean rapid fire. Greensboro over VMI, 85-79. Number 2, Purdue over Northwestern, 105-96 in OT. Number 24, Alabama over Georgia, 85-76. Xavier over St. John's, 88-77. Number 18, Baylor over UCF, 77-69. Virginia over Notre Dame, 65-53. Pitt over Wake, 77-72. West Virginia over Cincinnati, 69-65. Tulsa over Wichita, 79-68. USF over ECU, 71-60. Presbyterian over SC Upstate, 80-73. Gardner-Webb over Asheville, 80-73. Charleston Southern over Radford, 63-60. Colgate over Army, 74-55. Lehigh over Navy, 77-65. Duquesne over Chicago State, 65-60. American over Lafayette, 69-66. Rhode Island over LaSalle, 71-69. Richmond over Fordham, 83-69. St. Joseph over George Mason, 75-73. Bucknell over Loyola Maryland, 67-52. ETSU over Mercer, 54-49. Furman over the Citadel, 82-79 in OT. Chattanooga over West Carolina, 91-85. North Florida over Lipscomb, 85-76. Jacksonville over Austin Peay, 63-43. Indiana State over Belmont, 78-72. Stanford over Wofford, 81-79. Florida upsets number 10 Kentucky, 94-91 in overtime. Rice over Memphis, 74-71. Missouri State over Southern Illinois, 76-75 in OT. Evansville over UIC, 77-60. Drake over Valpo, 81-70. Bradley over Northern Iowa, 85-69. Louisiana over Yale Monroe, 80-72. A&M Commerce over Incarnate Word, 71-66. Number 1, UConn over Providence, 74-65. Penn State over Rutgers, 61-46. Arkansas over Missouri, 91-84. Arkansas State over Southern Miss, 78-71. Best bet barely loses. Number 16, Auburn over Vandy, 81-54. UAB over North Texas, 82-79 in OT. Boise over number 19, New Mexico, 86-78. And St. Mary's over Santa Clara, 82-77. All right, at noon today, we have IUPUI and Green Bay. I did not do totals. Sorry about that. My line's Green Bay 10.1. And 12.5, 134.5, I'll take IUPUI. 6 o'clock, NJIT, Binghamton, my line's Binghamton 7.5. And it is 6.5, 139.5, I'll take the under, but I don't feel good about it. Maine UMass Lowell at 6:30. My line is Lowell 8.1. And it's 8.5, 137. I'll take the over in that one. 7 o'clock, ESPN 2, Tulane, SMU. My line is SMU 3.2, and it's 8.5, 157. I'll take Tulane in the points. Longwood, High Point, ESPNU. My line's High Point 7.3. And it's 6.5 and 146.5. I'll go over. Stony Brook Hofstra, my line is Hofstra by 4. And it's 6.5 and 141.5. I'll take Stony Brook in the points. Northeastern Towson, my line is Towson 8.8. And it's 6.5 129.5. I'll lay the points with Towson. UNC Wilmington and Charleston. My line is Charleston 4.6. It's 4.5, 155.5. I'll take the over, but I don't feel good about it. Hampton NCAT, my line is Hampton 0.7. And it's NCAT 5.5 total 154.5. I'll take Hampton plus the points and plus 180. Drexel Monmouth, my line is Drexel 4.9. And it is 4.5 and 138.5. I'll take the over. CBS Sports Arc, Udell, William & Mary. Line's Udell 1.3. It's 4.5, 142. And I'll take William & Mary at home plus the points. Campbell, Elon. My line is Elon 1.8. And it's 2.5, 143.5. Over. LIU, Fairleigh Dickinson. My line is Dickinson 8.4, and it is 8.5, 154.5. I'll take the under. That's high. Lemoyne Wagner. My line is Wagner 3 3/4. And it is 2.5 and 131.5. I'll take the over. Stonehill Sacred Heart. My line is Sacred Heart 11.2. And it's 11.5, 142.5. I'll take the over. St. Francis, PA in Central Connecticut. My line is Central Con 11.25. And it's 13.5 and 138.5. I'll take St. Francis plus the points. Robert Morris, Oakland. My line is Oakland 8.6. That's 9.5, 145.5. I'll take the over. Milwaukee, Purdue, Fort Wayne. My line's Purdue, Fort Wayne by 2. And we have 3.5, 162.5. That's high. I'll take the under. Cleveland State, Detroit. My line is Cleveland State 10.5. And 7.5 and 147.5. I'll lay the points on the road. Old Dominion, Marshall. My line is Marshall 7 3/4. And it is 9.5 and 152.5. I'll take the over. Don't feel good about it though. Troy, Georgia Southern. My line is Troy by 5. And it is 5.5, 147.5. I'll take the over. Coastal Carolina and James Madison. Minus JMU 14 and 2/5. And it's 19.5, 152.5. I'll take Coastal in the points. App State, Georgia State. My line is App State 6.1, and it's 5.5, 145.5. I'll take the over. UMBC Bryant. My line's Bryant 12.7. And it's 11.5 and 165.5. I'll take the under. Albany, Vermont. My line's Vermont by 11. And it's 11.5, 148.5. I'll take the over. La Tech, FIU. My line is La Tech 3.8. And it's 7.5, 142.5. I'll take FIU in the points. 7:30 Bellarmine, Kennesaw State. My line's Kennesaw 11.3. And it's 8.5 and 150.5. I'll lay it with Kennesaw. Utah Valley, Stephen F. Austin. My line is Stephen F. Austin by 6. That's 6.5, 140.5. I'll take the over. 8 o'clock, Morehead State, Tennessee State. My line is Morehead by 4/5. It's 4.5 and 136. I'll take Tennessee State in the points. Is South Alabama by 4/5. And it's Texas State 2.5 total, 141.5. I'll take South Alabama in the points at plus 110. St. Thomas, Omaha. My line's Omaha by 0.4. And it's St. Thomas 2.5 total, 141.5. I'll take Omaha in the points and plus 116 to win. North Dakota, South Dakota. My line is North by 3/10, and it's 2.5, 149.5. I'll take North Dakota State, South Dakota State. My line is South Dakota State by 6.9. And it is 9.5 and 151.5. I'm going to take North Dakota State in the points. Denver, UMKC. My line is Denver by 1/5. It's UMKC by 2.5 total, 154.5. I'll take Denver plus the points and plus 110. Eastern Kentucky, Queens. My line is Eastern 5.7. And it's 5.5 and 160.5. That's high. I'm taking the under. Tarleton State, App Christian. My line is Tarleton 7/10. And it's Abilene 1.5 total, 140.5. I'll take Tarleton plus the points and plus 108. Weber State, Northern Arizona. My line is Weber by 3/5. And it's 7.5, 140.5. I'll take Northern and the points. Idaho State, Northern Colorado. My line is Northern Colorado 5.7. And it's 9.5, 147.5. I'll take Idaho State and the points. 8:30 Big Ten Network. Number 6 Wisconsin, Nebraska. Mine's Wisconsin 2.1. It's 1.5, 144.5. I'll take the over. Pac-12 network Cal number 11, Arizona. My line's Zona by 11. And it's 17.5 and 157.5. I'll take Cal to cover. Southern Indiana, Tennessee Tech. Mine's 10 Tech 6.5. And it's 2.5 and 137.5. I'll lay the points with 10 Tech. Little Rock and SIU Edwardsville. My line is Edwardsville by 6. And it's 2.5, 147.5. I'll lay the points with Edwardsville. So back-to-back favorite picks. Western Illinois and Lindenwood. My line is Western by 2.8. And it's 4.5, 103.5. I'll take the over. UT Martin, Eastern Illinois. My line is UT Martin 2.2. And it's 1.5, 149.5. I'll take the over. Gulf Coast, Central Arkansas. My line is Central Arkansas by 4/10. It's Gulf Coast 2.5 to 148.5. I'll take Central plus the points at plus 118 outright. Texas, Arlington, and Southern Utah. My line is Southern Utah by 1. This 1.5, 157.5. I'll take the under. 8:45 Stetson, North Alabama. My line is Stetson 9/10. And it's Northern Alabama 1.5 total 149.5. I'll take Stetson plus the points and minus 104 outright. 9 o'clock ESPN 2, Stanford, Arizona State. My line is Zona State 2.6. It's 1.5, 151.5. I'll take the over. Youngstown State, Wright State, ESPN. My line is Wright State 2 3/4. And it's 2.5, 164.5. I'll take the under. UTRGV and Utah Tech. My line is Tech 3.3. It's 1.5, 152.5. I'll take the over. Seattle and Grand Canyon. My line is Grand Canyon 9.4, and it is 9.5 and 138.5. I'll take the over. Sam Houston, Western Kentucky on CBS Sports Network. Western by 5. It's 4.5 and 156.5. I'll take the under. Liberty, New Mexico State. My line is Liberty by 2/5. And it's 5.5 and 135.5. I'll take New Mexico State in the points. Jacksonville State, UTEP. My line is UTEP by 4. It's 3.5, 139.5. I'll take the over. Idaho, Montana. My line's Montana 11.9. And it is 14.5 and 141.5. I'll take Idaho in the points. Eastern Washington, Montana State. My line is Eastern 2.1. It's 3.5, 152.5. I'll take the under. Portland Pacific at 10. My line is Pacific 1.3. And it's Portland 2.5 total 151.5. I'll take Pacific plus the points and plus 116 to win. UC Irvine Cal Poly. My line is Irvine 9.8. And it is 13.5 and 131.5. I'll take Cal Poly in the points. Long Beach State and Cal State Bakersfield. My line is Long Beach 3 1/4. It's 3.5 and 144.5. I'll take the over. Northridge, UC San Diego. My line is UCSD 7.2. And it's 7.5, 159.5. I'll take Northridge in the points. Hawaii and Cal State Fullerton. My line is Fullerton 2.7. And it's 1.5, 129.5. I'll take the over. That's low. 10:30 ESPN, Oregon, USC. My line is Oregon 1.9. It's 1.5, 149.5. I'll take the over. Pac-12 Network, Oregon State, UCLA. Mine's UCLA 5.3, and it's 10.5, 126.5. I'll take Oregon State in the points. UCLA still being treated like they're this awesome team. CBS Sports Network, 11 o'clock, San Diego, San Francisco. Mine San Fran, 9.5. And 17.5, 149. I'll take San Diego in the points. And last but not least, UC Davis and Santa Barbara on ESPNU. My line is Santa Barbara, 2.6. And it's 4.5. And 141.5, I'll take the over. Okay, now move on to the NBA. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to baseball window. Bulls over the Hornets, 117-110. Cavs over the Pistons, 128-121. Clippers over the Wiz, 125-109. Heat over the Kings, 115-106. Pelicans over the Rockets, 110-99. T-Wolves over the Mavs, 121-87. Magic over the Spurs, 108-98. Thunder over the Nuggets, 105-100. Suns over the Nets, 136-120. And the Blazers over the Bucks, 119-116. All right, 4 games tonight, 7:30 TNT, Lakers, Celtics. Marlins and Celtics by 9.25, so 2:32 at 11:20. And if LeBron and AD don't play, that goes to 21.25. And if one of them doesn't play, it goes to 15.25. And right now it's 11 and 240. I still like the under regardless. Pacers Knicks from the Garden. Mine's Pick'em and 236 and a 20th. But if Tyrese Halliburton doesn't play, it's Knicks by 5. And it's 3.5 and 240.5. So that's a hard one. Under. 8 o'clock Cavs Grizzlies. My line is Cavs 2.5, total 222.25. And it's 5.5 and 218. Over. And last but not least, 10 o'clock TNT Sixers Jazz. Mine's the Jazz by 13.25, so 234. And 215 is 4.5, 234. I absolutely adore the Jazz minus the 4.5. Adore it. Okay, now we'll go over the last of the NHL results before the All-Star break. There's only 3 games. Sens over the Red Wings 3-2 in OT on a game winner by Shane Pinto. Kings over the Preds 4-2, and the Ducks over the Sharks 3-2 in overtime on a game winner by Frank Vetrano. So the NHL resumes play on Monday the 5th. And then obviously we will get into the All-Star festivity stuff on tomorrow's podcast. Now we'll go over the notable soccer results from yesterday and look ahead to today's notable soccer games. We are going to start with the Asian Cup. Japan over Bahrain 3-1, and Iran and Syria 1-1 draw. Iran advances 5-3 on penalties. Quarterfinals begin Friday. UEFA Women's Ganja Group Stage. SK Brighton over St. Pölten 2-1. Lions Slavia Prague 2-2 draw. Eintracht over Rosengard 5-0. And Benfica Barcelona 4-4 draw. Liga MX. Results from Tuesday. Cruz Azul over Tijuana 1-0. Mazatlan Leon 2-2 draw. Santos over Playbook 3-0. Guadalajara over Toluca 3-2. And then tonight, last night, Pachuca over Alas 4-3. And then Unam Necaxa is just getting underway at the time of recording. ELC, Sheffield Wednesday, Watford 0-0 draw. The German DFB Pokal, Kaiserslautern over Hertha 3-1. Very Premier League, Man City over Burnley 3-1. Tottenham over Brentford 3-2. Liverpool over Chelsea 4-1. And then 2 games today, 2:30 we have West Ham and Bournemouth. West Ham plus 130, Bournemouth plus 195, draw plus 260. Bournemouth's playing better than West Ham right now. I'm taking them plus 195 as an outright dog. And 315 Wolves and Man United. Wolves plus 160, Man United plus 160, draw plus 240. I'm taking Man United at plus 160. They're just La Liga, Barcelona over Osasuna 1-0. Atletico over Rayo 2-1. And today 3 o'clock, the top end, Real Madrid. Real Madrid minus 95, the top play plus 550, the draw is 3-1. Alright, I'm going to go over 2.5 goals at minus 108. And I'm just going to check a couple things real quick. No Dutch Eredivisie till Friday. Scottish Premiership we don't have until Saturday. And then Serie A Friday. French League 1 Friday. Bundesliga Friday. So there you have it for the soccer. Not a lot today. Now we're going to go into golf. We'll go over the tee times and make a pick for the next tournament. Which is the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro AM from Pebble Beach Golf Links in California. All right, tee times of note: 11:45, Grayson Murray, Ben Griffin, Levin Gaybird, Hayden Buckley, Taylor Montgomery, Christian Siedenhout, Rory McIlroy, Adam Putnam. 11:57, Eric Cole, Sam Burns, Dylan McCarthy, Ricky Fowler, Cam Young, Ryan Henley, Tommy Fleetwood, Brendan Todd. 12:09, Adam Hadwin, Kurt Katayama, Sam Ryder, Sunjay, Scotty Scheffler, Brian Harman, Justin Rose, Chris Kirk. 12:21, Victor Hovland, Lucas Hodges, Seb Straka, Max Homa, Nate Taylor, Tom Kim, Nate Taylor, Matt McNeely, and Patrick Catley. 12:33, Luke List, Webb Simpson, Adam Scott, Alex Wally, CAU, Sahith Thiglia, Mark Hubbard, and Stefan Yeager. 12:45, Seamus Power, Adam Shanks, S.H. Kim, Evan Van Rooyen, Davis Riley, Lucas Glover, Hideki Matsuyama, and Mackenzie Hughes. 12:57, Colin Morikawa, Cam Davis, J.T. Potson, Nick Hardy, Adam Svensson, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Tony Finau. 1:09, Taylor Hogue, Patrick Rogers, Corey Connor, Taylor Moore, Harry English, Emiliano Grino, Matt Kuchar, and Matt Fitzpatrick. 1:21, S.W. Kim, Xander Schauffele, Keith Mitchell, Wyndham Clark, Brandon Wu, Nick Dunlap, Keegan Bradley, Jason Day. And 1:33, J.J. Spawn, Nicholas Sojourn, Tomas Dietrich, Alex Thoren, Bio Hostler, Pino Bonatti, B. Younganon, and Matthew Pavon. So, pretty good group of players. I have a pick in mind. This is somebody that's played well so far this calendar year. He's won big tournaments before. And his odds, where things stand right now to win this tournament, is a whopping 110-1. I'm going to lay only a 20th of a unit on it, Justin Rose, to win the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro AM at 110-1. That is crazy value on Justin Rose. Right now, we're going to recap We Are Family, the new hit show on Fox. So, it was a fun show. So, the first contestant that took the stage was a man named Red. The first song he sang alone was I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. There was a guitar, a Santa Monica traffic light, an Andy's bar. Guesses among the panel: Ben Platt, Simon and Garfunkel, which was a weird one, and Jack Johnson. And then he performed Humble and Kind by Tim McGraw. Honey, an English grammar book. There's a book that said Keep Your Head Up with a dog's face. Guesses among the panel: Jason Mraz, John Mayer, Natsu, Anthony Anderson almost are announced as guests, and Luke Combs. So first time around, I thought of Kid Rock because I had a country vibe and there was a guitar. And then I saw hints, a grammar book, and Keep Your Head Up. There's a song called Keep Your Head Up by Andy Grammer, and in the first clue package there was Honey, Honey, I'm Good. And who was it? It was indeed Andy Grammer. And it turns out that Andy Grammer is Red's son. 44 out of the 100 got it correct, and those players shared $20,000. Next up was Julian. The first song he performed was Rebel Rebel by David Bowie. There's a rock that said classic on it, so classic rock. There's a cookie that said humble. There's a recorder that said 1976. And then the second song Julian performed with his famous relative was Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden. There's a talk box, a 6.3 pound baby, and then question mark Paul and Mary. Guesses among the panel: John Bon Jovi, Ozzy Osbourne, David Brawl, Peter Frampton. And then Anthony Anderson's mom said Nick Cannon, which was stupid. That was a Ken Jeong comedy guess right there. My first guess was Steve Miller from the Steve Miller Band. And I changed it to Steven Tyler because I just assumed it was a rocker. And who was it? It was Peter Frampton. So there was a panelist that was correct and was a big fan of Peter. And she got all emotional after he was unveiled. And it turns out that Peter Frampton is Julian's dad. 34 out of 100 got it correct, and those players shared $30,000. 18 players got both correct. And the star player turns out to be Alexandra. And then the third contestant was Bella. She performed I Love It by Icona Pop. There's a Welcome to New Jersey sign. There is a meatball. There is a sign that said Jim Tanning and Laundry. There's a baby crying. And then there's a dark brown hair wig. My guess, my mind, when I saw the baby crying in the dark brown wig, after I thought about this particular show, I had to guess one of its stars, and that indeed was Snooki. And Alexandra also guessed Snooki. One of the other players guessed Snooki, and somebody said JWoww. And who was it? It was indeed Snooki. That was cool to see. So I was 2 for 3 on this episode. That's pretty good. And then it turns out that Snooki is Bella's aunt. So that's awesome. So really fun show. Looking forward to next week. Okay, news and notes. I'm going to be rapid fire with this. So Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant had their return games last night. Damian Lillard got a nice standing ovation. And then KD was a mixed reaction. I thought he was going to be mercifully booed, but I was wrong. There are some of the Nets fans who probably looked at it and said, hey, he was like the one big free agent we got. We had to give him credit for that. It just didn't work out. Anthony Edwards fined $40,000 after he criticized the refs after their victory on Monday. LeBron had a cryptic tweet after the Hawks loss from the other night. I don't know if you guys saw it. Chris Collins got ejected in Northwestern's game against Purdue after a questionable call in overtime. A big hockey trade happened. Vancouver acquires Elias Lindholm from the Calgary Flames. Andrei Kuzmenko, 2024 first-round pick. And others going back to the Flames. Hunter Brutovich, Joni Germo, and a conditional 2024 fourth-round pick. Then Lindholm goes to Vancouver. I think that's a wonderful pickup for the Canucks. Now they have a good 1-2 punch at center with him and Elias Pettersson. And good on the Canucks for making a go-for-it type of move. I applaud them for it. And to do it, excuse me, in the same division is pretty ballsy. Nikola Jokic missed last night's game against the Thunder because of a back injury. We talked about the possibility of him and SGA both not playing. No Joel Embiid against the Jazz, as he'll receive further evaluation on his knee. And then he suffered that injury in the Golden State game after Jonathan Kuminga dove for the loose ball. Alex Anthopoulos, the Braves GM, says they tried for Dylan Cease. He said too expensive. There was a leak on the internet of a Phillies alternate jersey. We'll see if that's true or not. Corbin Carroll did a draft trivia as he didn't forget everyone drafted before him, which is crazy. We talked about the O's selling. Cal Ripken's a part of the Orioles ownership. He's thrilled to join the team again. And then I heard that Grant Hill's a part of that, and that makes zero sense to me. Why would Grant Hill own a baseball team? Although A-Rod owns a basketball team, so what do I know? RG3 visits Baylor's men's hoops as he met up with them. That's pretty cool. The Dodgers tweaked James Paxton's deal down from $11 million to $7 million due to unspecified health issue. The Los Angeles Sparks acquire Kia Nurse from the Seattle Storm for a 2026 first rounder, and LA also gets a 2024 first, which was the number 4 pick in the draft. I love this deal for LA. Love it. Hate it for Seattle. News coming down right now from the Athletics' Diana Rossini. Ravens secondary coach Denard Wilson is expected to take defensive coordinator position for the Titans. That's a hire that makes sense. General manager Rand Carthen and Wilson worked together in the past with the Rams. So that's that connection. Speaking of coordinators, Boston College coach Jeff Hafley is expected to be the Packers defensive coordinator. That's wild. A college coach jumping to an NFL coordinator position is not something you see every day. The NCAA was sued over the NIL as Tennessee and Virginia attorney generals allege NIL rules are antitrust violations. That's certainly not over yet. Wandy Peralta to the Padres, 4 years, $16.5 million. I think it's too many years for Wandy Peralta, and Michael King was pumped about that. Travis Kelce rips Justin Tucker as, I'm not going to repeat what he said, it's not appropriate, as he broke unwritten rules of warm-ups. Yikes. That's according to the New Heights podcast. And then Micah Parsons responds to Skip Bayless's tweet as Bayless is criticizing the Cowboys, and rightfully so. And the Seahawks finally hired their coach, Ravens defensive coordinator Mike McDonald. That's an interesting hire for Seattle. Better hire than Mike Kafka would have been, that's for sure. Seattle needs a defensive guy. Their defense is a mess, so it does make sense. Maybe he's the DeMeco Ryans of next year. Probably not, but you never know. The NBA draft will be 2 days as League and Players Association have finalized plans for a new draft format. That's pretty cool. Ronaldo out against Miami on Thursday due to injury. That's not great, as Ronaldo will miss the Messi game. So The Athletic wrote a piece about the Jets' lost season.
As a coach said, the Jets are an effing mess. Yikes. Jerry Jones says he has no doubt Bill Belichick and the team could work together in the future. Ooh. Planting the seeds for something that should have happened already. Max Crosby had hand surgery as he announced his procedure 2 weeks after having knee surgery. Browns running back Kareem Hunt has sports hernia surgery as he had a procedure to repair ruptured adductor. The Kyle Kuzma asking price is overblown as the Wizards' true asking price for Kuzma is not 2 first-rounders. DeJounte Murray to the Warriors unlikely as their interest in Murray is tepid at best. Yeah, I don't like Murray on that team. How about this? The Rockets offered the Brooklyn Nets multiple first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and the Nets declined. Of course they did. They want to build around Mikal Bridges. So there you have it for the news and notes.
Last but not least, my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. Oh my God, it's easy. I'm laying the 4.5 with the Jazz against the Sixers. No Maxey, no Embiid. And why is it only 4.5? Come on. I'm going to lay a fifth of a unit on it. So I'm going to Jazz 4.5 at home against the Sixers at minus 108 for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back on tomorrow, recapping everything like that to the weekend ahead. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.